Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Yellowstone's new spin-off is more exciting than Beth and Rip's show. While Yellowstone fans were thrilled to learn that Beth and Rip will continue to get focus going forward, a different spin-off outside the Dutton family is the more exciting development within Taylor Sheridan's shared TV universe. It has been confirmed that the story surrounding Beth and Rip will continue following the Yellowstone Season 5 final. However, the more exciting prospect is Sheridan's next spin-off, The Madison. Originally dubbed 2024, The Madison will remain in the same universe as Yellowstone, but will shift focus to an all-new cast of characters. Although the latest spin-off will reportedly take place after the events of Yellowstone, fans are already being told not to expect any appearances by anyone who makes it out of the flagship show alive. According to reports about the new show, the shared setting of Montana will be the only common ground between the two shows. This is for the best, however. While it's exciting to see that Beth and Rip's love story will continue, an opportunity for a fresh break is an exciting development for the franchise going forward. The expanding Yellowstone universe is overshadowing the flagship series, with The Madison being the latest exciting addition to the franchise. Sheridan may have struck TV gold when Yellowstone premiered in 2018, but his prequels quickly stole the spotlight. While 1883 and 1923 told stories of the Dutton family, the Paramount Plus originals stepped away from the soap opera storylines set in the present day for sprawling tales of the family's ancestors and their history in Montana. The spin-offs continued Sheridan's habit of landing big names, with Sam Elliott and Tim McGraw starring in 1883 and Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren in 1923. However, star power and the Dutton name are where the similarities end between the shows. 1883's self-contained focus explored the story of Elsa Dutton and her pioneer parents struggling to trespass the West against impossible odds, giving it a throwback vibe to earlier eras of the genre. 1923 continued that story, showing the family's ranching hardships during Prohibition and just ahead of the Great Depression. Like his other spin-offs, Sheridan's upcoming The Madison will feature big names like Michelle Pfeiffer, and will continue to expand the universe outside the show's established ensemble. Just ahead of the series finale of Yellowstone, news broke that Cole Hauser's Rip Wheeler and Kelly Reilly's Beth Dutton's saga would continue on a new spin-off. Reilly herself confirmed the news in the comments section of her Instagram post, responding to her on-screen son Finn Little about the announcement. However, this continued focus on well-trodden storylines and characters could turn this spin-off into a Yellowstone Season 6 in all but name. After all, Beth, Rip, and Carter just ended up on a different ranch in Montana and will likely contend with similar drama and conflict as the main show. While they might live further from her brother Case and his family than they used to, those characters could still make appearances since they still live on their small part of the Dutton ranch. Even though Lloyd may have turned down Rip's offer to come be a cowboy on the new ranch, that doesn't mean he won't change his mind. This could add another Yellowstone fan favorite to the cast. While it's exciting to see Yellowstone's story continue, this does undercut the conclusive nature of Season 5. That's what makes something like The Madison so exciting. Sheridan might be playing it safe by creating a series based on two of Yellowstone's most beloved characters, Beth and Rip. By contrast, Sheridan is taking an exciting gamble with The Madison, his first Montana-based show that does not center around the Dutton family. Instead of cattle and cowboys, The Madison will reportedly focus on power brokers, environmental conflicts, and a cast with questionable morals fighting over a new kind of empire. The show will reportedly tell the fish-out-of-water story of the McIntosh family, a New York City family living in the Madison River Valley of central Montana. Pfeiffer will play Stacy Clyburn, the mother of Abigail Reese, Bo Garrett, and Paige McIntosh. Al Chapman. Suits star Patrick J. Adams will play McIntosh, an investment banker married to Paige, while Garrett Abigail is a recently divorced mother of two. Matthew Fox has been added to the cast as Paul, while other stars like Kurt Russell have been rumored for the cast. All of these new stars are exciting because they bring fresh energy to the franchise. The shift in tone will give the Yellowstone universe a fresh perspective while reinforcing a consistent setting and universe. When the first whispers of a Beth and Rip focused Yellowstone spinoff began circulating, fans were understandably ecstatic. After all, the fiery, no-holds-barred romance between Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler has become one of the most iconic dynamics in television. But now, as details about another spinoff emerge, there's a growing sentiment that this new series might just eclipse the beloved couple's standalone story. The new spinoff, tentatively titled Frontier Justice, The Legacy of the Duttons, is poised to dive deeper into the early history of the Dutton family, exploring their rise to power in the untamed wilderness of the late 1800s. While Beth and Rip have always dominated contemporary Yellowstone narratives with their larger-than-life personas, this prequel promises a richer, more expansive canvas, blending historical drama with the raw grit that has become synonymous with the Yellowstone franchise. A glimpse into the untamed past. Unlike the modern-day setting of Yellowstone, and even the early 20th century backdrop of 1923, Frontier Justice plunges viewers into the late 19th century, a time when the West was truly wild. The Dutton family is not yet the ranching dynasty we know, but rather a scrappy, determined group carving out a foothold in a land rife with danger. This era offers fertile ground for storytelling, with the Duttons facing threats not just from rival settlers but also from nature itself, hostile indigenous tribes, and the lawlessness of the frontier. The show's central figure is rumored to be the great-great-grandfather of John Dutton, a man named Elias Dutton. Elias, described as a cunning yet principled pioneer, is the kind of character who could rival even Kevin Costner's John Dutton in complexity. He's a man of contradictions, a ruthless defender of his land and family, but also someone who grapples with the moral compromises required to survive in such a brutal world. Elias' journey promises a thrilling mix of action and drama. Viewers will watch as he battles to establish the first Dutton homestead, forging alliances with unlikely partners and confronting the ghosts of his past. There's also the intrigue of the family's early relationship with the indigenous peoples of the region, a theme that, if handled with care, could add depth and nuance to the narrative, expanding the Dutton universe. While Beth and Rip's spin-off might have leaned heavily on their fiery chemistry and dark humor, Frontier Justice offers something broader, an opportunity to expand the Yellowstone mythos in unprecedented ways. This isn't just the story of a couple, it's the story of an entire lineage, one that fans have only glimpsed in fragmented flashbacks and cryptic references. Taylor Sheridan, the mastermind behind the Yellowstone franchise, has proven himself adept at world building. With Frontier Justice, he has the chance to craft an epic saga that doesn't just focus on individual characters, but also explores the larger forces shaping the Dutton family's destiny. The political and social dynamics of the time, from territorial disputes to the expansion of the railroads, could serve as a compelling backdrop, adding layers of complexity to the story. The allure of fresh faces. Another advantage Frontier Justice has over a Beth and Rip spinoff is its potential for introducing new characters. While Beth and Rip are undeniably magnetic, their show would inevitably rely heavily on their established personas, leaving limited room for surprise. In contrast, Frontier Justice could introduce a host of fresh faces, from Elias' equally formidable wife to a diverse array of allies and adversaries. Rumor has it that Sheridan is already in talks with several A-list actors to join the cast, including a well-known star who might play Elias' enigmatic brother. This sibling dynamic alone could add a riveting layer of drama, exploring themes of loyalty, betrayal, and the sacrifices required to build a legacy. High stakes and unpredictability. One of the hallmarks of Yellowstone has been its willingness to take risks, killing off major characters and pushing its protagonists into morally ambiguous territory. A Beth and Rip spinoff, while exciting, would likely be constrained by the need to preserve their storylines for the main series. By contrast, Frontier Justice has the freedom to take bold creative leaps. The stakes are higher because the outcomes are less predictable. Will Elias succeed in establishing the Dutton Ranch, or will his efforts falter, leaving future generations to pick up the pieces? The historical setting also raises the stakes in other ways. Unlike the modern era, where the Duttons can rely on lawyers and political connections, Elias and his family must contend with the brutal realities of a world where survival often comes down to sheer willpower. This raw, unfiltered struggle is bound to resonate with viewers, offering a level of tension and urgency that few contemporary stories can match.